Hi, this is the last slide on the five factors of analytics, leadership, core renewal strategy, culture, and execution. I'm trying to address the question of why do star companies and their cultures fail. I suppose I'm thinking of Kodak I mentioned earlier and things. Other ones would be when the PC came along. Uh, Olson of Digital said to his wife, "Don't invest in that Apple computer company because why? There's no reason to have a personal computer." And of course, his company, Digital Equipment, disappeared. Wang disappeared. Data General, all the people in the mini computer disappeared. IBM said, "Let's come up with a PC." They thought in 1982 they could sell 250,000 over the next 10 years. 60 million were sold. They thought people wanted them to connect to the mainframe and do spreadsheet software. They never thought that the PC could become the mainframe and do a lot of other things too. Um, so what happens is companies they can be a star for a long time, but the life cycle of their industry starts to fade, and maybe their core is eroding. So they say, well, we've got a lot of free cash, and our core business is going down the tubes. Think Kodak with film. Let's get into other things. And they jump into a bunch of other things, but they don't have any competency doing that. And maybe the old culture that they have is too big and bureaucratic and doesn't mesh with new acquired startup promising technologies. It's a different kind of culture that you need to run that company. Sometimes it isn't that the core is eroding. It's just that the company is so focused on their customers, like IBM and their mainframes, and they're so locked into it that they don't see or catch the next disruptive tech wave. That's why they would think, oh, here comes the PC. It's an appendage of the mainframe. People just want to download data to their PC so they can manipulate it in their spreadsheet and not have to go back to the people in the glass box with the big mainframe and beg them for stuff. You see this also with retailers. They don't anticipate the next generation of consumer needs. Circuit City had a great run, but at some point people said, we want more than good, better, best and two private labels. We want to look at 40 different brands and have everyday low prices, and we don't want salespeople on commission jumping on us at the door trying to sell us stuff we don't need. We're going to Best Buy. And now Best Buy is struggling because consumers are coming in and showcasing. They're looking at stuff, taking a picture of the barcode, and going and buying it online for cheaper somewhere else. Or the Apple stores have sucked the life out of the mobile phone business that they were doing so well at. So, and it's not that these companies don't see these things; they just don't know how to catch the next wave, given the bureaucratic ecosystem they've created within their own business. Truly, sometimes people do get blind due to hubris. You get to the point where you're very strong and powerful, and it's like we rule, and people from within get promoted, and they want to keep doing what they're doing because that's what they know, and they just think that that's going to go on forever. And even when they're right at their peak, they say, let's build a honking big new headquarters. It's called the edifice complex, and it's almost a perfect correlation between when somebody builds a new gleaming world headquarters that within 5 years they're kind of out of business. And part of going out of business is when the life cycle is over or starting to fade or new technology is coming along, they go in denial. They think, well, okay, this is going to take a little bit of business, but there's still going to be this great big business that people are always going to want to do it the old-fashioned way. So along with hubris comes denial. All these things are sort of generalizations. We can only have to look back at our company and our particular context and what our net profit analytics are telling us about our core renewal opportunities. And once we do that, then what do we do next? Well, that's a good question to ask. That's stage 2. Right now, we're just got our hands full of stage 1, which is getting back to our core and doing a lot better job. But in each case, we'll have to look at those 5 factors and make sure that we constantly are retuning them and recalibrating them so that they're internally consistent and supporting each other and they're all happening. Thank you.